For those of you who may not follow politics, you might not realize how big this whole thing with Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump actually is. I mean, y'all, the shit is hitting the fan and MAGA is imploding. You're like, oh, that sounds hyperbolic. No, MAGA is actually imploding. Donald Trump's empire of whatever he has, this grip that he has on the Republican Party with MAGA, is disappearing. It's slipping. It is going bye-bye because of everything and the absolute hypocrisy that has happened with Jeffrey Epstein. So let me break it all down for you. All right, y'all. So it starts with this. Sunday night, around like 10 p.m. or so, the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the DOJ and FBI, came out with this like 2-page memo basically saying, yeah, there was no Epstein client list on the receiving end for all this sex trafficking, by the way. And we're not going to prosecute or investigate any further. Just letting you know. Now, the right wing has been amping up everything regarding Jeffrey Epstein, and that's been one of the things that they have been very, very adamant on for the longest time. And credit where it's due. Sex trafficking is awful. And this is the memo in question. I know the print is small, so I'll simplify it for you. Basically, they come out to say the systematic review revealed that there is no incriminating client list. Well, how is it that Ghislaine Maxwell, who is a notorious sex trafficker in cahoots with Jeffrey Epstein, went to prison for sex trafficking if you do not have a list of clients that you deliver all of those trafficked victims to? I mean, they think MAGA is stupid, and so far, they've proven it right. So now that they're starting to wake up, that's going to be a bit of a hangover. But I'll continue. It says, we did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties, like Donald Trump. And thereby they say it is the determination of the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation that no further disclosure would be appropriate or warranted. Now keep in mind, everything happening with Jeffrey Epstein has been like the big crux of like MAGA's whole big movement trying to make America great again. And some of it does venture into conspiracy theory territory, but also it's highlighting the dangerous pedophilia that happens with powerful people within American government. Now that Donald Trump secured a second term in the White House, for his administration, the FBI and the DOJ leaders that he appointed, Pam Bondi and Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, all of a sudden turning around after literally making their career all about highlighting the corruption of Jeffrey Epstein, to turn around and say that there's no client list is baffling. And MAGA is turning on them. Oh boy, I think we are all played here, patriots. Then, if there is no list, then why is she still in jail? Oh, this one's a hoot. Trump, I've been extremely loyal to you, and I'm very pleased with almost everything you've done. Well, whatever. But I absolutely draw the line on this one. Release the info, no matter what. Then she says somebody is being blackmailed. Girl, she's so close to the truth. This person goes, I feel the same way. We've all been betrayed by a man who insists full loyalty. Trump, you betrayed us. Now, if you catch my live streams, which usually happen at like 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I say this over and over. Loyalty does not belong in politics. Let me say that again. Loyalty does not belong in politics. Being a representative or president or senator is about public service. You are not supposed to be loyal to a political figure, even if you like them or their policies. You hold them accountable. Politics and sports are very different. You cheer for a sports team because you have unconditional loyalty to them. As a parent, you have unconditional love for your child. When it comes to your elected representatives, you do not have a contract where you have to be absolutely loyal to them. You hold them accountable. You critique and call it out where you see corruption. And MAGA is starting to realize that that loyalty is absolutely 100% positively only one-sided. Donald Trump used these people. He's like, oh, if you love me, buy 47 shirts, buy 13 hats, buy 47 yard flags. And we've tried to tell y'all. It continues. We're all being played the fools. Never in a million years would I have thought that I have feelings like this. F you, Trump, and your JOOOS, whatever that means. He's on the list. He's always been. This person's so close. The only reason I can imagine the Trump administration is denying justice is that the U.S. is being blackmailed. The U.S. is not being blackmailed. Donald Trump is being blackmailed. He was on the list. He was on the airlines. He is on the flight logs. Now, this video isn't about the overarching amount of evidence that Donald Trump was on the Epstein files and is on the Epstein files. But literally, if you look into a modicum of a smidgen of evidence, you will start to see that. Agree. Get on it. We voted for you. A promise is a promise. Because, I mean, here's the thing. Why would the FBI then say, oh, well, the list doesn't exist. There is no such thing. After literally February 21st, Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, said, yeah, the list is sitting on my desk for review. When asked, she literally said that.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files.
And the memes just continue going on and on. I don't care if the names on that list are Democrats, Republicans, CEOs, or pastors. America deserves the Epstein list. We the people do not believe the latest Epstein excuses by the FBI, and it's insulting to your base of MAGA supporters. Guess what? He's been doing this crap to you for so long, and now you're only starting to see it? With all due respect, if those at the highest levels are not being arrested, then we, the people, have little faith that any of this will matter. Who's really running the country? If releasing the names of the pedophiles on the Epstein list threatens the U.S. national security, then we're being ruled by criminals. And who is in the White House right now? Who is it? If there are no clients, why am I in jail? And let me just put this right here. For anyone who is like super angry at Pam Bondi or Dan Bongino or Kash Patel, the Attorney General, Deputy Director of the FBI, and the Director of the FBI, then why are you not looking at who hired them? Who is the person that they are acting on behalf of? Who appointed them? It's Donald Trump. You have people saying, so why did Pam Bondi get in front of the entire nation and say that she had the Epstein client list on her desk? She should step down as Attorney General for lying to the American public. Well, question, who made her lie? What motive does she have to lie? Who is she protecting? This is a slap in the face to the American people, and it's disgusting that our DOJ is protecting pedophiles. Who appointed the leader of the DOJ? So literally, this is a perfect encapsulation. Bondi just made it worse with this memo. What a terrible, terrible idea it was to write this memo. It's also incredibly insulting to our intelligence. Literally, these people think that you are suckers and losers. They've even said it out loud. They think you're dumb, and you prove them right when you follow them and buy their endless amounts of merchandise to own the libs. Why would they think this is any different? And now you are seeing Dan Bongino, our Deputy Director of the FBI, saying, we are doubling down. And Donald Trump is the reason that they're acting this way. I mean, he's literally trying to cover his own ass. He says on Truth Social, the FBI, under the direction of Director Kash Patel and Deputy Director Dan Bongino, is going back to basics. Meaning that you are actively avoiding talking about this. And let's not forget this next clip.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would, or at least...
Do you think that would restore trust? Help restore trust?
Yeah, I don't know about Epstein so much as I do the others.
And y'all, Trump is on the Epstein flight logs. You can see it where the arrows are. You also see plenty of GEs and GMs. That's Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein. Over and over. He's in them.